Hey guys, I have a quick match here to show you playing my Reasoning 8 deck. I've been messing around with the main side a little bit, so playing against this guy, not really sure what his deck is. It's kind of interesting. Even after playing, a full match against him, I still don't really know what it is, but I won the rock, paper, scissors, so I'm going first, started graceful. It's always good to start graceful, or always feels good to start graceful. Um, so I pitched the Sork and the Air Knight to make my Sork live. I'm gonna head and rip this Monster Gate because if I hit a Serpent right here, I have so much follow up to get off the field, so it would be good. So that's why I'm kind of proactively ripping this Monster Gate. Ooh, I hit a Demock like a champ. That's also pretty good. Good cards are good. I think I just go for the Pot of Greed right now, just to go plus, since I just neg myself a little bit off of Monster Gate. Um, yeah, so I go for the Greed. Draw into Scapegoat and Pre-Mat. That's actually kind of what I do want to see since I have Monster Great and double metas in here. And if opponent Snatch steals this Demock, then I have the Scapegoat to follow up. So that was a really good draw. Pretty ideal. Let's see, let's fast forward this a bit. Okay, so he's gonna go for Thousand Eyes, try to get him for 28. Okay, this is great. It's pretty much the same, scenario that I just described. So I have the Scapegoats to block them, and he can only kill one at a time, which feels pretty good. I make my own Thousand Eyes, and then I try to pre-mat, I believe, my Crane. And my thinking here is that I can Monster Gate away the Thousand Eyes. And I could even drop Chaos Orc if I wanted to. But I just wanted to get his off the field, and I have a lot of follow-up here. I've even got a Defusion here, so I'm trying to go a little bit aggro since I'm ahead and I want to press the advantage. Even though doing that is like, kind of neg to meta and take something and then immediately tribute with Monster Gate. But I also want the Sinister Serpent out of the deck ASAP. Okay, there it is right there, because I have cards that make it live. So I kind of want it out of the deck. And then we go with the Monster Gate, which is super nice because now I'm going to get Sinister Serpent next turn, and I have a meta that makes it alive. And now I'm just going to get in there for big damage, 44, if this goes through, which it does not go through. Okay, he has Scapegoat, totally fine. 2 tokens for him. I also kind of want him to clear my field because I want to make this Defusion play since I have, almost full life. But I preemptively make this Defusion play because Gatling Dragon is going to be really good here, given that he has quite a few monsters on the board. And I also have another Defusion, so it doesn't even matter, right? But I end up flipping 2 heads, I believe. So I get to pop 2, which is pretty nice. And I'm going to try to get in there for another 54, or for 54, rather. And that lands, and he ends up scooping that up. So I really got to see so little of his deck, but I know he's playing some version of Control. I sided in Compulse, Ring, Torrential, and left in a Raigeki Break in case he's playing, other Floodgates. And he's playing Swords, which is good card. Kind of annoying. I ring this right off the bat because 1, I don't want to have too many traps or cards on the field for him to heavy, and then 2, I don't want this resolving its effect ever, and then him being able to get it back with Defusion, and 3, I'm going to take the 15 anyway, so might as well just get rid of it. I preemptively, or I summon the Sacred Crane even though I can't attack because I'm like, okay, well next turn, if he summons a monster to try to run this over, then I could just bounce it back with Compulsory, and the next turn I could also tribute for Jinzo if it lives, and then also just helps me get closer to having a light and dark in the grave. So yeah, let's see what he does here. He MSTs. Luckily he gets the Compulse and not the Scapegoat. Okay, level limit area B. Was not expecting this at all, but that slows me down quite a bit since he's got both of these on the field. So I'm just trying to wait out the swords, and then I'll have to find some way to deal with level limit. But I'm gonna block some attacks from the Sangan. I'm in no rush here. He's not really putting too much pressure on the board. But I do want to start getting through my deck because I have this Demock in hand. If I can get 2 monsters out with the Monster Gates, then I can tribute for Demock, and then hopefully there's a heavy in the grave at that point in time after I've milled quite a few with the Monster Gates. So, yeah, I go for another one. This is sweet. I get Sinister Serpent. It's nice to have it out of the deck. Tribute for Demok, hoping to get back, I don't really know. Maybe Trunade right here and then wait for next turn. Or maybe just, actually no, I was trying to get back Graceful and then wait till next turn to get the Serpent back and dig 3 cards deeper into my deck, hopefully get heavy. But he's thinking here. He ends up judgmenting that, which is fine by me because like that's 3750 damage that I would have had an otherwise really hard time doing, right? Because he's got level limit on there. So that's like a great trade for me, in my opinion. Note that Demok goes to the grave because it never hit the field, so it doesn't get banished. But I banished it for Chaos Sorcerer. Main phase 2 banishes Sangan so he doesn't get the search. Get my Sinister Serpent back. And now I can start attacking things and banishing things. You know, level limit does not affect Serpent, right? So I can just start attacking things. I figured I would attack this one because he didn't flip it up last turn, which I don't really know why he didn't flip it up if it was useful. So I figured it was, I don't know, maybe monster, maybe not even a flip effect, right? So my plan was to attack this and banish it with Sork, but it turns out to be a flip effect. Luckily, it doesn't have that much defense, so I only lose 100. But yeah, then I can banish it in main phase 2 with a Sork. And this is my plan. I'm just going to keep attacking and banishing. I'm up in life, so we're good. He rings my Sork. That's totally fine. He just did another 2300 damage himself. Okay, so here I tribute for the Jinzo. I want to make any trap cards he has dead. He doesn't seem to have any monsters that are level. He probably doesn't have any monsters that are level 3 that can attack over this Jinzo because he's got level limit. And then when I finally do rip the Heavy Storm or something, because I'm already halfway through my deck, Jinzo's already on the field, so I could switch it to attack after I kill the level limit. So I'm just dropping it there, and then also just getting the Sinister Serpent off the field, so I get it back in my hand next turn because I have a live Monster Gate. Yeah. So that was my thought process. He flips that and puts it back. I don't really know why he did that, to be honest. But I finally get a good card here. Pot of Greed. And then I'm thinking here. So I have Reasoning and Monster Gate. I have Dimension Fusion to bring back the Demok. He can't use traps right now because of Jinzo. So my plan here is to mill as many cards as possible with Reasoning and Monster Gate. Hopefully hit a Heavy Storm, bring back the Demok with Defusion, and get rid of his back row. But even if I do that, once I defusion everything back, they're all going to turn to defense because of level limit. But that's totally okay because Jinzo's already on the field, right? So I do exactly that. Don't get too deep with this one. I finally mill the Heavy Storm, which is nice. I only got 2 cards left in my deck. I'm about to draw one off of Crane. So this is interesting. This comes up a lot, actually. Not that he could have used any traps because of Jinzo, but it comes up a lot that if the opponent has a lot of cards banished, they're more likely to let your Dimension Fusion go through because they feel like they're safe, but then you have the Lightning Vortex follow play. It's like, this has happened to me so many times where they feel they're safe because they have 3 bodies on board and they're not expecting the Lightning Vortex, right? So, pretty sick. Now I could just easily heavy him, clear his whole field. Yeah. And then Lightning Vortex, and then switch the Jinzo to attack and attack him for game. So, yep, just wanted to showcase a deck playing against this sort of unorthodox deck that I really don't know what this is. Like, why is it playing Fusilier? I have no idea. But yeah, I thought that was a pretty spicy sequence of plays right there. So, thanks for watching. Quick video.